Here's 5 tips that make you gain ELO in Season 3. Number 1. Do not play if you're tired. I personally know if I play tired, I lose on my map awareness, I lose my game sense, I don't track timers properly, and ultimately the only thing I can really do is kill creeps. It also makes me more frustrated, same as playing stressed. If I play stressed, I just play awfully, and then I get more mad, which ultimately leads to me losing. Number 2 sort of ties into number 1. Don't rage and frustrate your teammates, because as mad as you get, you also make your teammates more mad, which ultimately makes your whole team play worse, and you might even make people AFK or leave the game, which is your fault at the end of the day and makes you lose ELO. Number 3. Play solid and don't take unnecessary risks. If you play solid and have the most creep kills in every game, chances are you win more games just from being a solid player and people relying on you. Ultimately, if you play a hero like Lee Sin, which you see a lot of people play, very flashy and a very risky style, you might try and imitate that, but you don't have the mechanical skills that high level players have in order to sort of play it effectively. If you just kill creeps and play heroes that you know, then you'll gain ELO. Simple as that. Number 4. Play champions that you're good at. Personally, I played a lot of Yudo in Season 2, and that's because I could play it top and I could play it in jungle. I filled a lot of roles because it's basically like the most solid jungler, in my opinion, that I liked playing the most, that didn't really get counterpicked by anything. Now, a lot of people say you should learn 2 to 3 heroes for every single role in the game. I really don't believe this at lower mid elo. I think if you have 1 or 2 solid champions that you can play either mid or jungle, or top and jungle, or even AD, then that is the best way to gain ELO because you gain the most comfortable sort of playstyle on them. You make your own playstyles because you like playing the champion. Don't play champions that people say, oh look, for example, Shen is unbanned. You should play Shen. If you don't know how to play Shen, don't get sort of forced into playing it, because ultimately, while it might be the most strong champion, if you can't play it, you can't take advantage of what makes it strong, and you end up losing games. Number 5. Recognise when you have a weak link in your team and take a leadership role in order to ensure victory. I see a lot of games where people sort of play the game and they do pretty well, but then their team tries to do some weird things, such as push a mid-tier 2 tower when they don't actually have an advantage, or take a Baron 5v5. Take a leadership role and stop this from happening, because you lose a lot of games by simply not having sort of structure to your team play. If you follow these 5 tips and make sure not to play if you don't feel like playing, do not play if you're bored. Play if you feel like playing and you feel like you can play to win. Ranked is not there to waste time and sort of, I've come home from work, it's time to play some solo queue games. That is not the best way to go about playing ranked in my opinion. If you've got 3,000 games in Season 2 and you're still 1500 rating, it's probably because you play very suboptimally and you just play for no reason other than you feel like playing the game. If you want to gain ELO, and that is the thing you actually want to do in League of Legends, do not play unless you feel like you're 100% ready to play the game. I only played 22 games of ranked in Season 1, and that was because I started playing near the end of the season, and I ended up about 1700 rating. In Season 2, I only played just over 300, and I had a record of 195 to 113. Ultimately, you can say I was maybe lucky, but if you've watched any of my videos, you know it's because I play a solid playstyle, and because I only play when I really feel like playing. Basically, Season 2 lasted a long time, and in that time I played League of Legends basically every couple of days, maybe every day sometimes. That doesn't necessarily mean I solo queued, because if I'm not really mentally there, ready to solo queue, I just didn't do it because I didn't want to lose a game. Remember, you only have 50% chance to win a game if the matchmaking works correctly and you're at your skill level. So doing any of these things wrong will put you maybe 44%, 45%, depending on how good you're playing yourself, which is actually a net gain, a net loss even, of ELO. Hopefully these 5 tips help you gain ELO and you enjoyed this kind of video. Now that everything's out on EU, I'll be making a lot more stuff, such as Caitlyn with that new item that makes it attack 3 times and get mass headshots. So subscribe to my channel, and if you enjoyed this video obviously, if you don't want to watch this kind of video, don't subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching this video.